Hello, today we will be talking about the immune system, specifically the innate immune system. So what does our immune system do? Well, it's there to defend the body against foreign invaders. Who are these foreign invaders? They're called pathogens or disease-causing organisms. There are different kinds of pathogens that exist. For example, viruses or bacteria or fungi or even parasites. Well, there's got to be something to fight against these pathogens, and there are external and internal barriers. The skin would be an example of an external barrier because the cells that make up the skin are packed together tightly so the pathogens can't get through. But what if you get it cut? Well, that allows the pathogens to enter the skin because it breaks the barrier. So this is where the internal barriers come in, which include phagocytes, antimicrobial products, and other attack cells. The phagocytes can include neutrophils, which are the most abundant type of white blood cells, dendritic cells, monocytes, and remember, as monocytes enter the tissue, they turn into macrophages. So all these phagocytes help fight against these pathogens. And they have a special way of doing it. In order to get rid of a pathogen, they have to engulf it in. And they do it through a process called phagocytosis. So this is how it works. Once the phagocyte finds the pathogen, it attaches its receptors on its cell surface to the receptors on the surface of the pathogen and engulfs it in. So once the pathogen is inside the phagocyte cytoplasm or stomach, then it secretes enzymes into it which break the pathogen up. And then usually what it'll do is that it'll present the material on its surface, but it eventually gets rid of it. But it does present the parts of the pathogen on its surface for a reason, which I'll talk about in another video. So phagocytosis is one way of getting rid of a pathogen. But let's say this doesn't work and the cell is successfully invaded, which would mean that the pathogen is then inside the cell. What happens then? Well, then the cell sends out stress signals and it calls for a NK or natural killer cell. And the special thing about natural killer cells is that they can kill your own cells if they find out that the cells become infectious or cancerous. But how do they know if the cell's infectious? Well, a normal healthy cell contains this protein called MHC1 on its surface, and it stops producing that protein once it's become infectious. So if the NK cell detects that there's no MHC1 on the surface of the cell, then it pokes it with an enzyme that triggers apoptosis or programmed cell death. So let's say that the pathogen is really hardcore and even all of this doesn't work. What happens then? Well, that's when you call in the experts, the adaptive immune defenses, which we'll talk about in another video. So I hope you like my video, guys, and if you do, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, Science Lovers. Bye, see you soon.